All right, go ahead and introduce yourself.
Hi, my name is Rebecca Montgomery. I go to the University of Cincinnati, and I am an uncleared major at this point, but I'm focusing in psychology and neuroscience.
And obviously, since I'm interviewing you, you've had some interest in music in your life. So when did that all get started?
I have loved music from the time I knew how to listen to it. My parents were in choirs and would go to concerts and everything, and I spent my entire childhood learning what good music sounded like. And as soon as I was old enough, I started being in musical productions and performances of my own. I learned a couple of different instruments and was in choir, and performed in the elite choirs through my high school years, and the All Ohio Youth Choir in the summertime. So I've had a lot of different experiences through music, and it was pretty fantastic.
So would you say in some way that, especially your high school years and basically all of your childhood, music's kind of been like a defining tool for you, or just a tool of expression?
Definitely a defining tool. The music I have listened to has shaped who I am in a really specific way. When you learn music, really powerful music, it affects more than the knowledge of like the brain. It affects the soul. I completely believe that music is the food of love and the food of the soul. And without it, I wouldn't be the same person. I've learned, a lot of life lessons from being in musical groups, cooperation and leadership and trust and dedication. But more importantly than that is just the idea that music, that the world can have such distinct beauty and purpose to it, in something as simple as a song.
Right. So do you think that, like, music gave you roles in life that you wouldn't otherwise have had? Like, do you think you would be a leader if you didn't have music? Do you think you'd be the same friend that you are now if you didn't have music as a way of connecting to people?
No, I would be a completely different person. Specifically through like the experiences I've had, and how I was a leader in my choir or different musical activities that I've done. But it's taught me a lot about like dedication and how when you really want something, you have to work really hard to get it. And I wouldn't be as confident without music, seeing progress and like the skill sets that I have and becoming who I am. So yeah, it's definitely changed me for the better.
It does that with a lot of us who know it really well. So what would you say if you had to define music and performance? Would you say there's a lot more to it than just getting on a stage and taking things off a page and throwing it to an audience? Do you think there's much more of yourself in that than just, what you physically are able to do?
Oh, of course. Every performance is different. Every time you sing a song or perform a song or work with music, every practice, every rehearsal, it's always different. It's always changing. And music is always a fluid motion. And it means so many things to different people. And performing music it's an art form. It affects everyone differently, and it's something that not only has an impact on the audience, but on the performer themselves. And it's not simplistic. It's not just the action of creating music. It's creating beauty and life.
What would you think, or what would you say music has done for you in a beautiful and vibrant way that it might not have done for other people? Like, I would say that you especially are someone that's been deeply touched by music, but a lot of people probably think, music is my life. Is there anything you think that music has done for you that other people might not be able to say?
Music specifically has created a lot of really strong bonds between people for me. I have been in a lot of musical groups before, and sometimes the connection of people through music is stronger than anything else. I mean, I have friends who are closer to me than some of my family because we've had such a unique experience singing together or playing together or marching together or whatever it may be. And not to mention just with other people, but myself, there are times when nothing else can make me feel alive than a song. And we all have those moments when we don't know what to do, and music is always the guiding point that brings me back to center and reminds me of what my purpose is and what I'm aiming towards.
Right. So, it seems like it's, when you say music is the food of love and music is the, like, a material of life, that if you had to define music, it wouldn't just be like, oh, it's the stuff you see on a page and you sing it.
No.
And so if you were to define music not in the way you'd find it in a dictionary, how would you define it?
Well, let's see. Definition of music. It is the expression of emotions. It's how sometimes our subconscious or the things that we don't even know we feel or think or can explain, it's how they become tangible. Mm-hmm. It allows for us to reach deep within our psyche and bring out the most intense feelings and express those not only for ourselves but to everyone else so they completely understand just like we do.
Would you say then that, like, you obviously put a definition into music when you sing it, you kind of make it your own, so you define it, but would you say that, like, to some extent you define music more, or that it defines you? Which would you say is more you? Or which one applies more to your life?
Difficult question. It's definitely like a symbiotic relationship. You can't have you without music, and you can't have music without you. So, I think music as a whole changes an individual. But when a person performs music, they change it. So I'm not sure if I have an answer which one changes more. It's almost because they're not separate things.
No, right.
A human heart is music. Not only some people don't realize that or really practice that, but I feel like music isn't a separate entity. It is part of us. So when we use music, it's expressing ourselves, not trying to create something else.
Mm-hmm. Do you think that's true of everybody, or do you think only people that really know music or live music as much as we do can say that, like, they're really defined by music or that their lives are really impacted? Or do you think that people that, like, might not even realize how much an impact music has in their life are probably more defined by it than they think?
I would definitely say that music plays a major part in everyone's lives. And, I mean, I'm not a music major. I'm not planning on pursuing anything musical in my future. I'm right now, I'm not even in a musical group, which is really upsetting to me. But I'm not someone who's making music my life, but it's in my life. It's part of my life. And I think that even people who don't perform or don't practice or don't even appreciate music, they use it in a different way, but they do use it. There's music all around us, from the sounds of just the happenings outside to, the commercials we listen to or what we hear walking down the street. It's just such a vital part of our environment, and no one can really escape it. And I think everyone somewhere deep within them knows that music plays a part in their lives. It just varies in strengths and genres and styles.
Absolutely, I know what you mean. All right, that's actually all I need from you, but...
Okay.
Thank you.